Hello everyone, thanks for joining. Here a QR code you can scan if you want to ask a question during the presentation. My mom and I spent the last 3 years chasing a dream, creating the perfect lipstick. And we did it. We called it Le Rouge Parfait. But when we finally found the perfect formula, a new challenge appeared. How do you make sure every single lipstick is exactly the same? The same color, the same texture, the same scent, without any compromise. My name is Alexandra, and I'm business analyst at Odoo Luxembourg. And just like in cosmetics, I believe that precision and consistency are everything in business. But today, I will take on the role of CEO of Le Rouge Parfait, a luxury cosmetics company specialized in lipsticks production. Think about it. In your company, how much time and energy do you spend making sure every production processes are followed precisely? Making sure one order looks exactly like the previous one, that each component is tracked, that nothing goes wrong, because when it does, it costs time, money, and even worse, reputation. Today, I will share with you our little secret. How we become from a family dream to competing with Chanel. The tool we ensure perfection every single time, with zero chaos. Odoo barcodes. This tool ensures us. This tool addresses our three biggest challenges: consistency, traceability, and flexibility. So, let's dive into the making of Le Rouge Parfait. Here what I'm going to show you today. First, the preparation, how we make sure everything is ready before starting. Second, the production flow itself, with barcode magic. Third, the traceability. I will show you how Odoo keeps a perfect history of what happened in Odoo barcode. So let's go. And let's see how Le Rouge Parfait is produced using Odoo. First thing first, in the morning when I open my database, I always check my colleagues' messages. So, let's see what they're asking for. First, Max. Max is our logistics manager, and he tells me that we will receive a supplier order today, and that I need to receive it. Okay, nice. Second, I got a message from Lena. Lena is our sales representative. And she informs me that she just signed a major order and she asks me to start the production. Amazing. All good news, isn't it? In Odoo, if our stock is insufficient to fulfill a customer order, a manufacturing order is automatically generated to replenish the stock. So, let's see what happened in manufacturing after Lena made the sale. So here, manufacturing module. When I open it and using filters, I can immediately see all the manufacturing orders I need to process. And I can see that indeed, I have to replenish Le Rouge Parfait. Let's take a closer look. We always produce our lipsticks in batches of 100 units. And each batch is tracked by lot number and with expiration dates. Here, from this view, I can quickly see the status of my components. Are they available in my stock? Here, for example, I can see that some wax and oil are missing, but everything is under control. Do you remember Max's message? These are exactly the components I will receive today. I can also see that I miss some pigment blends. Actually, we systematically produce this component for each batch of lipsticks. The powders that compose it are very expensive, and this blend, which gives our product its unique color, must be made with extreme precision. That's why we always produce it in small quantities. And of course, Odoo automatically generated the manufacturing order, and we can see that here with the smart button child emo. Also, thanks to the smart button overview, I can get more details about the components I need. Let's take a look. So here I can see the free-to-use quantity for each component. I can also see the receipt, the expected receipt date for the missing ones. We can also see the status of the manufacturing orders. For example, we can see that the one for Le Rouge Parfait is not ready yet, but the one for the pigment blend is ready to go. This view centralizes all the information about the component I need to produce. Amazing. Everything is ready to start the production flow. So, let's go and let's begin the barcode flows. It will be fast, efficient, and completely traceable. Here are the steps we are going to follow. First, we will receive the components from our supplier. Second, we will pick the component in the stock to produce the pigment blend. Third, we are going to manufacture the pigment blend. And then we will repeat these two last steps for the production of our lipsticks. Let's start by receiving the goods. Here are the documents I will use to confirm the reception easily and without any errors. I also have this list of barcodes in my workshop. These barcodes correspond to the actions and operations I can manage during the barcode flows. Okay, theory is nice, but practice is better. Time to let barcodes work their magic. So here, I'm going to barcode module. And directly from this view, I will scan the barcode of my receipt operation. And boom, I immediately have all the components I need to receive with their quantities. So let's go and let's scan all of them. So first one, the oil blend. Perfect. We can see that Odoo immediately recognizes the correct component. And we can also see that Odoo asks me to scan a lot number. Indeed, this component is tracked by lot number. So to ensure a perfect traceability, I of course need to scan the lot number. Amazing. Odoo offers functionality that enable me to directly entering the expected quantity. Here I receive a box, so I can directly set the complete quantity. And here we can see that the component is in green, so we're good for that one. Let's do the same for the second one. This one is not tracked by lot number, so I just have to scan the product barcode. And here we are. All is in green, so I can validate my receipt operation. And here again, Odoo confirms me that the transfer has been validated. So I have all the components in my stock, so we can continue with the second steps. The stock picking. This step is crucial in manufacturing processes. It enables me to collect the correct ingredients in the correct locations. The sensitive components are not stored in the shop floor, but in the main stock under the responsibility of Max, our logistics manager. His role is critical for us. He prepares the right batches with the correct expiration date, and he sends them to the shop floor, so that when the production manager starts the production, everything is ready, safe, and traceable. Let's do that in Odoo. Here I will click on Operations. And now I can see all the operations I can manage from Odoo Barcode. I can clearly see that I have two pick components operations. And here I can find the ones corresponding to the pigment blends. Once again, Odoo shows me all the components I need to prepare and send to the shop floor. So, let's scan them. Perfect. Everything is ready, so I can validate my stock picking operations. Amazing. You see, it was very fast and very simple. And now all those quantities are reserved for the production of the pigment blend. So, let's continue with the third step, the manufacturing of the pigment blend. Here I'm going back on the dashboard, and I can see that I have one manufacturing order ready to be launched. Let's open it. Here again, I have all the components I will consume during my production. So let's scan them. Perfect. Everything is ready, so now I can just validate my manufacturing order. And here again, Odoo tells me that the manufacturing order has been validated. Perfect. Once again, it was very fast and simple. But what exactly happened in Odoo? Let's take a look in the backend. So here, I'm going back in manufacturing module. And here I will remove the filter and I will group by products so that I can easily find the manufacturing order we just confirmed together. Here, it's this one, the last one. We can see that the status of this manufacturing order is now done. We can also see that a lot number has been assigned to our product. And if we take a look to the source MO, so the one corresponding to Le Rouge Parfait, we can see that now all our components are available. Amazing, we're ready to start the production of our lipsticks. So let's get back in barcode module. Operations, and we begin with stock picking. Here I have all the components I need to prepare and send to the shop floor. So let's scan them. The first one is tracked with a lot number. So of course Odoo asks me to scan the lot number. Amazing. I can see that Odoo immediately shows me the lot number I've just scanned with its expiration date. Let's continue with the second one. And the pigment blend. Amazing. I can now validate my operations. Oh, I forgot a component. But no worries. Odoo is here to remind me and prevent me from making a mistake during my operations. So here, I just have to click on Stay on Transfer, and of course I will scan the last component so that I have a perfect traceability in my system and I can complete my operation without any errors. Perfect. Everything is now in green, so now I can validate my operations. Perfect. All those quantities are now reserved for the production of the lipsticks. So we go back on the dashboard and now I have a manufacturing order to do. So let's finalize our production flow. Here again, I will scan my components that I will consume during the production, but just before that, I will click on that little button at top right. From this view, I can have all the information about my component. Its source location, its destination location, even its reserved lot number with the expiration date. I can also, directly from this view, set the consume quantity just by clicking on that button, +4, and I can confirm. Of course, now I still have to scan my order components. We can see that here we already have the lot number for the component. It's normal. These lot numbers come from the stock picking we made just before. Perfect. Now I consumed all my components, so I can just validate my manufacturing order. And immediately, Odoo updates my stock, so all the components have been consumed, and now I have 100 lipsticks ready to be delivered to my customer. Amazing. You see how simple is it? And now, let's take a look to the traceability of the batch we just created together. Let's imagine that my customer asks me a report of the traceability of that batch. Still using Odoo barcode, and directly from this view, I can scan the lot number barcode of my lipsticks. And boom, in one scan, I have all the information about my lot number. I can see the on-hand quantity, the location where this batch is stored. I can also see the expiration dates. And thanks to this smart button, I can obtain a complete traceability report. Let's take a look. Here we can see all the components we consumed, with their quantity, with their lot number, and of course I can directly print this document and send it to my customer. So in one scan, I can answer the request of my customer. Amazing. So today we saw how Le Rouge Parfait is produced using Odoo barcode. More specifically, we saw how to receive some components from our supplier. We saw how to pick the components, and finally we saw how to produce our lipsticks. All this in an efficient way, with a perfect traceability and minimizing the risk of error. So now you know our business secret. And are you ready to scan your way to success? Thank you.
Okay, I think we have some questions. You can scan the QR code and ask your questions. We have a couple already. So, how is the expiration date computed in the component?
Here you have two different ways. You can set the expiration date directly on the component you received, or you can also set a rule. Let's say that when you receive a component, the expiration date will be in 100 days. You can manage that directly from the product form in your database.
Okay. We have another one asking, how do you generate the barcode?
It's very easy. In Odoo, you have a button, and you can print the barcode, the labels of your product. Yeah, very easy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's more questions here. What happens if my production order ties material consumption with operations within production centers?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What happens if my production order ties material consumption with operations within production centers?
I'm not sure to understand correctly the question. Here I didn't use the production centers, but if you want more information about that, I will invite you to go to the manufacturing booth.
Okay. There's some more questions here. Why is there a properties field on the manufacturing order when you click on the pencil in the barcode operation? When you click
I see. It's a very interesting question, and here again I invite you to come and see our experts, manufacturing experts.
Okay. The subassembly would not go back to stock but stay in the factory. How do you separate the picking?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, the subassembly would not go back to stock but stay in the factory. How do you separate the picking?
Yeah, actually, with Odoo, the stock is immediately updated after each operations. So even after a subassembly operation, yeah, we can discuss that later if you want more details.
We have here a last one. What happens if I have a list of materials under the manufacturing method by processes, but with secret recipes? Is there a way to configure who can see which materials have to be delivered to each production center?
With a secret ingredients?
Yeah.
It's a very good question. I mean, you have to add the components in your manufacturing order so that your stock is correctly updated. Yeah.
Okay,
And maybe you can name your component with a secret name.
Okay, I think that's all. So thanks a lot, Alexandra. Thank you.
Thank you.